Hello and welcome to today's Extreme Pulse Steam Sale Update. My name is GreeneTzu and I'll be bringing you through the daily deals on today's Steam Summer Sale. Remember, all deals last 48 hours, so if you're not picking one up today, don't worry, you'll have a chance to pick one up tomorrow and view this video for all your sales, knowledge, needs, and whatever may have you. We'll not be covering the flash sales or the community choices because they do not last long enough to really cover in a video. That would make sense. So without much further ado, we will just get right on into the games for today. Alright. Today actually has a host of great deals, and the first one we're going to be looking at today will be Alan Wake, 90% off, going down to $2.99. Alan Wake is an action survival horror game where you take control of Alan Wake, a writer in a strange small town that's being haunted by odd things. There are many ghosts and enemies that you'll use your flashlight. Destroy the flashlight is a key component in this game, and it actually is a bit of fun. The story is very oddly presented. It's very cheesy in some ways, but all the characters are really well developed and they're a lot of fun to listen to, so you can find a lot of enjoyment from that. It's only $2.99, so even picking it up now is a great idea. It's also for sale over on GOG, I believe, for at least the same price, if not cheaper, so you may also want to check it out there. But it is a very good deal for your money right now. Next, we have Crysis 2 Maximum Edition, 70% off, bringing down to $8.99. The Maximum Edition actually has a few different editions than the normal one, with some skin packs and some experience bonuses to help you out. Also a few more maps, I believe, than the other ones. I'm not 100% sure on that though, do not quote me there. It is a fairly good price for a very high quality game. It is a very competent shooter and a lot of fun. It is a very demanding one though. All the Crysis games are usually very high fidelity titles with lots of particle effects that can run some machines into the ground. So to know that going in, it will take a bit out of you. See if you can find a demo out there first to check it out, or just check your PC specs just to make sure that you know you'll have it, just so you don't get screwed spending some money on a game you can't run. Just remember that going in. It is though a very competent shooter and it's very cheap right now. Next up, we have Devil May Cry, 50% off, bringing on $24.99. This is the new one, which was met with a lot of disdain from the Devil May Cry audience just for its change to its protagonist and its general gameplay. There's a lot more platform involved, which a lot of people don't like, and the combat can be a little skewed at times. Some people found it too easy, some people found it too hard. There was just a lot of split opinions on this, and it's not actually this big of a sale right now. It's only 50% off. It's still $25. So if you've always enjoyed the Devil May Cry franchise, you may find that this game may not be for you, since it is a bit of a deviation from the original. If you're not, this is a pretty good way to get into it. It is a fun game in and of itself, so just know that. So you may be able to have a lot of fun with this, you may not, but I found it quite enjoyable. The combat was pretty satisfying, and the platform didn't bother me, although yes, it will bother someone if you're not into that kind of thing. Next up will be, oh god, it's Football Manager 2013, 75% off, $9.99. The part that surprised me about this is 2013, which means there are multiple iterations of this title. It's weird. It's a simulation of managing a football team through a league and a season. It's just this weird concept that apparently sells enough to justify to remake it. I don't really find all the entertainment in it. It's just playing fantasy football, and if you want to play fantasy football, you can find a fantasy football league to play with people. So it seems like a bit of a waste of your money. I don't know why you'd want to simulate owning a football team. It just seems like a weird way to spend your time. Although to each their own, everyone enjoys their own kind of thing, so if you want this title, have at it, but I don't really see the point in it. Mark of the Ninja, 75% off, bringing down to $3.74. A very fun side-scrolling action game where you take control of a ninja who slashes away everything in very bloodiness. It is a lot of fun, some very fun platforming and combat in it. It's all very satisfying. It feels very good. The combos you can sling together are a lot of fun and just really cool to watch happen. It's very tightly controlled, and development is really cool. I also enjoyed the art style quite a bit, made by Klein Entertainment, who've made things like Don't Starve, so you know that there's a lot of good behind this, very powerful team behind it, just working really hard. Other news, Klein Entertainment is working on another game as well, a stealth espionage game, kind of like XCOM, so you can watch out for that too. But I can highly recommend you pick up Mark the Ninja. It's very cheap right now. It's going to be so worth the time to pick it up and play. Orcs Must Die 2, the sequel to Orcs Must Die, a third-person tower defense game where you will take control of your hero and you will lay down traps and you will destroy many waves of orcs. The improvements mostly made from Orcs Must Die to Orcs Must Die 2 was the addition to multiplayer. It's a lot more fun with a friend. You want to be playing this with a friend. It is fun by itself. The animations are really cool. The traps you can lay down are awesome. The strategic element is also a lot of fun. But if you're playing with friends, you're going to have a lot more fun, since sometimes the levels will get actually pretty challenging. You'll be thrown with a lot of enemies that will try and break through your defenses and your traps. So you will want to play with your friend just to get the full enjoyment out of this title. It was made to play with friends, so that's how you're gonna want to be playing it. I can really recommend you play this title. It's fun, and a lot of just orc slaughtering fun. We all hate orcs and we all want to see them die. So for $3.74, that's just a really good deal. Looking over now to Rising Storm, 50% off, getting down to $9.99. It is an expansion to Red Orchestra 2, although it is a standalone title. You do not need to own Red Orchestra 2 to own this game and play it. It is a military first-person shooter simulator from the Japanese point of view. I enjoy it just for that point. I enjoy that kind of setting of the looking back period pieces of old wars, so that's just a bonus for me. It may not be for other people though. It is a pretty competent shooter with some fun gameplay aspects. The shooting feels pretty good. It is pretty generic though as a modern military simulator, so I'm not going in. If you haven't always enjoyed that, you may not enjoy this. I just enjoyed the setting and the feel of the audio. The soundtrack I enjoy a lot. Red Orchestra always has a good soundtrack to me. I've always enjoyed listening to it. The audio is very good, and the graphics are not the best around, but they are pretty decent. Some texture qualities here and there, maybe a little put off into some people, but I can generally get past them. So if you think you want to pick this game up, absolutely go for it. I don't think you'll waste your time. Next will be Sleeping Dogs, 75% off, going on to $6.24. This game puts you in control of an Asian cop in an Asian district of the world, where you will be going through in a third-person action and just taking down many thugs and going through a very actually well-developed world. The gameplay is really solid. You'll be in a lot of parkour moves in it as well, just running around the walls, jumping off them to hit people. It is some pretty satisfying and interesting to look at combat, and the animation quality is actually very good, as everything you'll see will look really fluid and all feel really strong as you do it. So that's a really big plus to this game. I can pretty heartily recommend it, not to be controlled with Watch Dogs, which is coming out soon. I got that problem. I kept hearing Watch Dogs. Wait, isn't that game already out? No, Sleeping Dogs is something else. So just don't get too confused. They're very different types of games, very different all around. It's got a pretty intriguing story too. I won't want to spoil anything for anyone though, but I found it pretty interesting and enjoyable. So yeah, definitely check this title out. Turning our attention to System Shock 2, 75% off, on $2.49. This is a fantastic price for a fantastic game. It won multiple awards, Game of the Year, RPG Game of the Year, all across the board. Came out in 1999. It's been out for so long. If you haven't played this game, now is the really big time to pick it up. Pick this game up now. You want to play through it. It's so much fun. The story is really good. The combat is really good. It's a very fun RPG. It's really depth control, and just it's so reliable, and it's enjoyment. You'll want to play this game over a number of times. One of my favorite games ever. So I can definitely recommend that you go and pick this game up. It's especially at this price. There's no reason not to own this game at this point. If you never own this game, you're missing out. So please go pick this game up. Our final game for today will be The Secret World, 50% off, bringing it down to $14.99. It's actually the second MMO we've seen on the daily deals thus far, and it's a bit different from Defiance. It is also a shooter, but it's set in modern day settings, and it's actually got a pretty interesting mechanic of leveling. Its progression system isn't really based on level. Things don't have levels. They're just more powerful than others, and you'll have to upgrade it and just know before you get into things whether or not you want to get into it. It's a big emphasis on party play and searching around looking for secrets, as it is the secret world. And unlike most MMOs, it's not free to play, it's not subscription based. If they pay once, you get in forever, you get everything. So $15 to get completely into an MMO, not that bad. There are still microtransactions in there for you to get to, so that's one thing. But it is actually pretty enjoyable. It's not the best or, by far, like, even one of the most competent MMOs out there, but it is a bit of fun, especially if you get the right players with it, and you can get into the story, which is pretty intriguing and can be engaging when you get to the right parts of it. So bear that in mind. I can recommend that you at least try and check this game out, though, so by all means, at least take a look into it. There are many videos out there on it, and you can check out their website. But that'll be it for today. My name's GreeneTzu, and these have been the Steam sales for today. Be sure to check us out at theextremepulse.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/theextremepulse. Make sure to come back next time. I'll be waiting.